Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to install Pushpin and restore a saved workspace. So what I suggest you do first is create a new user account. This video is going to show you how to do this on Windows. So I created a new account, and then you go to a browser and go to github.com/inkandswitch/pushpin. And so this is the source code, but what we're going to do is first I want to copy this command here because we're going to need to know what our user path is. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard and put it in Notepad. Okay, so we'll enter that command once we download and install Pushpin. Okay, so to download Pushpin, I'm going to go to this link that says a collaborative corkboard app, which then leads to inkandswitch.github.io/pushpin, and I'm going to download the Windows version. The Mac instructions are similar. Okay, you'll see this little animation as it installs on Windows. It's going to take a little while. Okay, on Windows, after installing Pushpin, it should start up automatically. Now, in the GitHub page, there is a command to find the working directory. So I copied that command to the Notepad. And then in Pushpin, if you go to Develop, Open Inspector, and then go to the console and paste that command in, you'll find out the user path. Okay, so this is where your user data will be stored. So let's see, I want to copy that. Okay, well, let me browse to that directory. So it's in your user account. So ppin user is the user account. Now app data is a hidden directory. So you view your hidden items. And here's app data. So it's in the roaming profile under Pushpin, Pushpin v01. And there's a ppin user here. So that's the username. And these are the files that are maintained by Pushpin. So there is a Workspace ID JSON file. And let's just see if I can open it with Notepad. Okay. So that has a Workspace URL. So for this user account on this machine, this is the Workspace URL for the whole workspace of every Pushpin board created on this account. Now there's hyperfile and hypermerge directories. So in the hyperfile, it just has changes dat. So for dat, these are the files that get created to maintain all the information about dats. Okay, and hypermerge has the feeds. So Pushpin has a 2-digit hex code, which is like a type ID, I think, but it has a subdirectory of 2 hex codes and then a hash, and under that hash is a dat. So the data in these dats is what is on the board, the cards on the board. So you start off, it looks like, with 3 of these directories, and they're all dats. Okay, so to back it up, all you have to do is zip up or tar your user account. So you can add it to a zip file, okay, and that's backing up all your user data. Okay, so things are being used by another process, so you want to do that after you exit Pushpin. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is restore a set of dats that I downloaded from another instance of Pushpin and stored on the web. Okay, another thing to note is that in the local profile under Pushpin, there is the app and the application. So if you wanted to create a shortcut to your desktop, you would do it from here. So you do a create shortcut, and then you could copy that to your desktop. Okay, and now you have it on your desktop. Okay, and there it is. Okay, in this DAT website, which is named Offline Pushpin Demo Files for Educator Collaboration.hashbase.io, I have a tar file of the Pushpin workspace that I demonstrated in the previous video. So to download it, I'm going to go to the Assets folder, and I'm going to download this file. So I'm going to right-click it and save target as, and put it in my Downloads folder. So it's a tar file, okay, and it's downloading, okay. So now, if I look at that download, I can, okay, cancel. That's scanning. Okay, so in my downloads directory, I have a tar file, okay, and if I right-click and open it in 7-zip, extract here, okay, it's extracting all the Pushpin data, so the hypermerge feeds. So I'll show you, there's a whole bunch of hypercores that were created just from me working on the board that I used in the demo. Okay, and they're all of the DAT format. They have keys and trees and data. Okay. Okay, so under here, you see there's a workspace ID, it's hypermerge and hyperfile. So under hypermerge, all the feeds that got merged together are under a nice big tree of directories, and then you drill down and you see the individual DATs. Okay, that's the feeds, and the changes are here. So it knows how to replicate changes to feeds. So the hyperfile also has a bunch of feeds as well now. Okay, so you see how it grows, and this is the workspace ID. All right, so yeah, so this is the workspace that was copied from the Macintosh where I created it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is copy these directories over the working directories for this machine. So I want to exit Pushpin first. So what I'm doing is a restore, okay, manual restore. Okay, so what I will do is open another folder and go to the directory where these files are. So it's the C drive, and it is users, Pushpin user, and it's under app data, roaming profile, Pushpin. Okay, V01, and I don't need this. Well, I want to recreate that actually. I want to have a backup of this. It's a good idea. So send to compressed zip folder. Okay, I want to use that. Only 12K because there's not much when you start up. It's just a few, it's very small files. Okay, so what I'm going to do is copy the, okay, so I have a backup of it here. So I'm going to delete these files, because that's just the default workspace, and I'm going to copy these files into the roaming profile. Okay, so 6,245 files for my board. So eventually we want to figure out a way to host these on a super peer, like hashbase.io or another way of doing that. Okay, so I've restored my board, and now I'm going to run Pushpin. Okay, and be patient. When it's a big board, it has a lot to read and create. So after the Pushpin loads all the DATs, you will have the same functionality that was demonstrated in the demo on the other YouTube. Okay, thank you.